Why would Weaver do this to me? I mean, he called me small, tiny, really, and a phony.
I'd be most pissed off about Suburban. That's the kiss of death in Manhattan literary circles.
Let's talk about the cast a little bit. Okay, so who would you say is the funniest?
Definitely Freema. And she's hilarious, and she's got such a spunky attitude, but she's so wise and smart. But we love to, her and I, when we're on set, I mean, it's tough getting takes down because we just joke around the whole time. But you know, you've got to have that loose attitude and that rapport on set. So probably her.
And who would you say is the most serious?
The most serious, probably Matt. The guy who plays the dad, but he's a consummate. He's not serious in like a do your work kind of way. He's just a professional, and he's done it for so long that you know he gets what he needs to do to what he needs to do. So you know he's really serious, but he's also doesn't mean he doesn't like to have fun on set. But he sits down and does his work. And it's something that I admire. Actually, I definitely look up to him as an actor.
Now, who do you hang out with off set?
Honestly, everyone. Freema and Brendan Brendan and I, you know, we play a lot of basketball and hang out. And we've kind of kindled a nice friendship through the show, which has been really great. And I hang out with Anna Sophia some, and I mean, like the cast is really surprisingly tight knit. Like everyone gets along. There's no one that like butts heads, or you know, everyone hangs out. And Katie's really cool to hang out with, and Ellen. They're all really cool.
Now, who on set is most likely to play a prank on you? Like if you came there, you had lunch, your lunch is missing. Who took it?
Chris Wood. Do you know Chris Wood? He plays Adam Weaver in the most Carrie's new love interest.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'll be seeing a lot more of him, but Chris Wood. He's a dog.
And P.S. I broke up with him. I mean, don't these gossip rags fact check?
You should call them and tell them what's what.
I should.
Except then you'd have to out yourself as a diminutive suburban poser.
And I shouldn't.
So how would you describe your character, Bennett?
Bennett is, I mean, he's a go-getter. He's a young professional in New York City in the 1980s who works for Interview magazine. If you know anything about Andy Warhol in the 1980s and Interview magazine, I mean, that was like the icon of what was cool in the 1980s. So getting to go to the parties, and I mean, he's very much in the scene of 1980s New York and fashion and music and culture. And Andy Warhol kind of assembled this group of creative talent and people that were making things happen artistically in New York City. So to be part of that is very cool. And the set for Interview magazine is amazing with the old Interview covers and just learning about, you know, 1980s fashion and the people that were involved in that and the limelight and the culture. And you know, he also happens to be gay, so that adds a whole different aspect. Because in the nowadays, it's something that we're much more open about. In the 1980s, you know, it was definitely frowned upon, and you know, you were excluded, and I think maybe not so much in New York City, but there's definitely a lot of homophobia in America as a whole, and so that, you know, that for him, but he kind of takes pride in that and is excited about the fact that, you know, he's a strong young gay man.
But I look at Bennett, he's so cool, like dresses really nice. Like, seriously, what does he see in Walt?
You know what? I think at first what he saw in him was a lot of himself. The backstory of Bennett is that he came from the Midwest, and so he came to the city to make a name for himself as a journalist, and went through a lot of the same struggles that you see Walt going through. And so at first, you know, his role was kind of as a mentor. I think he was like, oh, this is cute, you know, like, and then he didn't realize that he was so fresh to, you know, being gay and that idea. So he's like, okay, I need to take a step back but I see a lot of myself in this person, and I see an opportunity to be a guide and you know, help someone out. And then I think through that, they realize what a connection they actually, you know, have as people. I think Bennett can get really caught up in himself, and like Walt kind of grounds him in reality sometimes. And so, you know, we ended up playing really well off each other.
And what do you think is next for them?
I mean, I wish I could tell you, but you're just gonna have to tune in.
All right.
Trick question, you almost got me. Sorry, Amy.
Well, we'll have our own guesses. But what do you personally think you have in common with Bennett?
A sense of organization and drive that we definitely share. I'm very excited about, you know, where I'm headed as a person and in my career. And I'm a little OCD around the apartment. I like my stuff in order and neat and clean, and so that, I mean, I guess that's mostly it. And also I think Bennett has a lot of heart, and I think that I have a lot of heart. So that's probably the main things.
What I did on Halloween, I wasn't myself.
I had no idea you were a high school kid from Connecticut. I would have never put the moves on you. Totally inappropriate.
I called you a fag. I think I went for most inappropriate.
Yeah, it's not the nicest word for what I am, but I am gay, and I don't have an issue with that.
I know that you said you grew up in a conservative family. And so how have they reacted to your role?
I mean, you know, it's been mixed. They're very supportive on the whole. And, you know, like while I did grow up in a conservative family in a lot of ways, my entire family's artists. And if you grow up in an artistic family, you may be conservative in certain viewpoints, but I think you have a very liberal spirit and a giving, an open spirit. And so that's one thing that they really nurtured in me. And my parents have been incredibly supportive, and they watch the show and tune in. And so, you know, it was surprising to me because I was nervous. I was like, I don't know. And I went to Catholic grade school and Catholic high school, and so, you know, but everyone's been very supportive. So that's been very encouraging to me because it means a lot, you know, it means a lot to me.
And in your personal life, you actually have a girlfriend, right?
I do have a girlfriend, Lindsay Lieberman. She's the love of my life. She's beautiful.
Is that like weird for her to see you play this kind of role?
She loves it, man. She'd rather see me kiss a guy on TV than a girl, because then she knows I'm straight, so she's like, it's fine, whatever. But if it was a girl, she's like, you know, but you know, she's so supportive of me, and she worked in the entertainment business for a little while, so she understands, and you know, it's tough dating an actor. There's no denying it. But she's such a stalwart in my life, and such a strength for me that, you know, I don't know what I'd do without her, honestly, because I think, you know, she's a lot of the reason why I am where I am in my career, and yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know, I'm a little bit of a romantic, what can I say?